Hey, it's Wednesday, August 21st, 2013, and I'm going to do a little midday recap just because there's a lot of news and things that are happening right now. And if you want a little clarity, let me try and explain it or simplify it down for you. Basically, I was watching the Dow Jones this last week, and if you've been following me, you know and understand that I've been looking at this line for it to kind of hit this line. Technically, it's not hitting this line at the moment, but it's pushing towards it. You know, the last few days I kept seeing and saying that things are moving to the downside, and that's what it's been doing. And it can bounce here at 2 o'clock. Here we got some news and things coming out. You know, who knows what's going to happen, but the Dow did break below that $1,500 or $15,000 region. So, you know, it did push it to the downside, and it's doing it over here on this fairly decent volume. I mean, it's not anything excessive, but, you know, the volume is kind of moving on the upside. So basically, you know, I'm watching this line right here and seeing if where it's going to hit and where it's going to break. And this 2 o'clock news event could, you know, break it further, or it could make it bounce. Who knows? So when you're trading, when you're watching these stocks, you want to be careful and stick to your stops. I had a lot of people out there that, you know, I was watching this Netflix thing the other day, and I did enter it. You know, I did enter the stock when it broke this because I was watching Netflix for quite some time, and it did do it on semi better than, you know, average volume. So it was okay. I wouldn't call it heavy volume. I would say it was okay volume. And, you know, zooming in over here on, let's say, the 15-minute, you know, it broke out here. I entered some positions. You know, it continued to move higher here. You know, I took a little bit off. It continued to move higher here. I took a little bit more off. And then people would ask me at this $270 range if I would add if it breaks 270. No, I wasn't going to add. I never planned to add, because now today, as you can see, it dipped down at the $270 range. Yes, it went to 268.38 and so forth, but that's called confluence. It's bound to happen, and now it's kind of isolating here. The day is not really working out so great for this stock at the moment because there's no follow-through day right now. The volume is to the downside. If you watch it right here, all the volume down here is heavier to the downside. Now, yeah, again, okay, it can move further a little bit, you know, today or tomorrow. I don't know. You know, I don't know where it's going to go. Right now, I'm barely holding any shares on it. You know, if it hits right here, this region, actually, I'll tell you, this is my stop right here, right under that line that I already showed you. It's right below right here. That's my stop. So, you know, I'm holding not too many shares right now, and you know, I sold most of my position because I figured it would do a little pullback. When stocks run up $13, that's just bound to happen. You know, the same thing kind of happens with, you know, if we're looking at Google. You know, it broke here. I talked about it a week ago. Broke here. It's retesting this level, and now it's pulling back on today. Basically, you know, it's moving back down. So it hit it, and now it's moving back down. You know, that's what stocks do. You know, they move up, they retrace. Looking at the Dow, though, you know, it's moving towards the downside a little bit. So we're going to see what happens here midday or after 2 o'clock, and how the stock market reacts. All you can do is always just take your profits. And if you're in a profitable position, don't be scared to sell it. Even if you make $20, $50, who the heck cares? Just sell it, get rid of it, redo a new position in the future. It's not, you know, something you need to cling on and hold on and pray and hope to make, you know, $20,000 on one single trade. That's not the way this works. So stick to your risks and probabilities, and, you know, don't go against them. You know, if things aren't moving in the right direction, just sell them. Just get rid of it, you know, and that's okay. You know, so what's the worst that can happen? You take a commission cut, right? So, you know, take a little profits as things run up, and, you know, don't just cling on and pray and hope that they go in the right direction for you. All right, so that's kind of what I'm seeing. That's what I'm looking at. If you've kind of been watching my videos for the last week, you know I've been watching that line, and, you know, that's kind of what's going on with the stocks. As for Apple, you know, still kind of hanging out over there. I talked about that one for quite a lot of time, so I won't recap on that. Okay, enjoy the rest of the day. Make it a great one, and I wish you luck in trading.